Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. What we have here is a super starter motor. Now, I bought this off eBay, and judging by the box, it's probably 10-15 years old, and I paid about $55 for it. And the reason being is because I've got a purpose for it. I'm going to turn it into something really cool. So this one here is a super starter. You don't see these a lot. They're basically used for remote control, radio control airplanes, RC airplanes, and you put it on the front to actually start it. It's 12 volt, high power, super reliable, super convenient. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you might have seen a video where in the back of a van we have one of these and it's mounted. And the reason we do that is because we turn them into buffing machines. So you can buff your key. Just a nice little tidy buffing machine. Now the actual size of this is quite small. As you can see by telling by my hand, it's only like a handful. I'll give you a rough idea total. If you want inches, a lot of people like inches, 7 inches by about 2.5 inches. If you want millimeters, let's go to about 190 and about 70 across. So this is what it is. It comes with some heavy duty cables, and basically you apply power, and I actually happen to have some power right here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of power on this side. Got the wrong clips on it. A little bit of power on this side and a little bit of power on this side. Make sure they don't touch each other. Okay, now when I push this button here, it can spin. Now I'm only putting a little bit of amperage through there, so let's just put a bit more. Okay, that's fairly decent. That's about 2000 RPM. Alright, and it's operated by a little trigger here where you simply just pull it in. You can hardwire that and wire it off a different type of switch. So if you wanted to, you could just take this switch out, close the contacts, and it'll always be powered on. Then you could put it on a switch where it works through this cable. If not, you can do what we do, and what we do is we mount it and then we just reach around the motor and give it a squeeze, just like that. Okay, let's get into building one of these. So I paid about 50 bucks for the motor. I paid about $8 for the buffing brush. The buffing brush part number on this one here that I found was the right size was 75mm, so that's a 75mm buffing. 0.3 is the wire gauge, and I found the center on this one 7.12, so a little bit undersized, but it definitely works fine for what we need it for. And there's not many specs on that I can give you. Alright, so to pull this apart, this rubber section here, just pull that out. We're not going to need that no more. You can find more of these motors on eBay from time to time. If not, you buy one down your local hobby shop. I'm using a 10mm socket here, so you just need to take this off. There's our nut. There's that. Sometimes the shaft has a little roll pin through it, but this one doesn't. Then we come along with our brush. Simply insert that over the top. You can use an additional washer, which I probably will do in a few minutes, but just to give you an idea, I'm just going to tighten this up like so. I'm just going to tighten it on. Just going to tighten it on. You might need to actually hold on to the shaft as well, this section here, when tightening. So let's do that. Just grab that shaft there and tighten as much as you can. Alright, so there we have it. The buffing machine or buffing wheel machine is done. Let's grab ourselves a key, let's power up and let's test it. So it's a real simple little build if you want to build it. It's great for the back of the Locksmith van. I've got a couple of them, one in each of my van. The wire brushes are very cheap to replace. It's even got the trigger on it, so literally to install this now, all you would need to do is just come up with a little bracket across here, a little bracket with a couple of holes, and just basically a couple of screws, mount it on a bench, and away you go. Ooh, it makes a lot of noise, doesn't it? Okay, so it wants to actually spin this way. Because it's spinning in the opposite direction, I'm going to reverse the polarity of the motor, because it is just a DC motor, and we should be spinning this way now. And we are. And it is spinning a few wire brushes. I mean, it's doing a perfect job of buffing. I can actually, I can actually zoom in on that, and I'll show you how it's buffing. But if you did want a better result and a better finish, you can use what's called a nylon brush. And the nylon brush will have, it's like a plastic coated brush, or it's made of nylon basically. So the bristles are less dangerous when they flick at you. It's a little bit softer on the keys. So there you go there, as you can, if you can kind of see it. So I just can't really see it. You can see it okay there. So you can see the slight buff that it's put on right about there. Okay, so it does work, and it works quite well. This one, we'll use it until the wire brush wears out, but unfortunately I'm going to have to look for a replacement nylon brush because I'm just not happy with bristles flying out everywhere. Let me demonstrate one more time. Let's put on some safety goggles because they're good. I might even grab a padlock just to give that a bit of a buff, just to show you. Okay. Okay. So buffs it perfectly, nice and strong. You know, probably the brush is a little bit too strong for my liking, and the way the bristles are flicking out is good for a couple of weeks, but not good forever. Definitely will upgrade to a nylon brush on that one. So that's the buffing machine built out of an RC remote control motor, and for what it is and the RPM and everything that it does, I like it. The way that you've got the switch just, you know, there, you just give it a squeeze to make it work. I like it. The way that you can reverse polarity to make it spin whichever direction you're mounting it. If you're mounting that way, you'd mount it properly. If you're going this way, you'd mount the positive, negative, and reverse. Reason being is you want that buffing wheel to rotate in the right way. If it's rotating the wrong way and you're trying to buff a key, it's just going to spit all the chips right into your face. So that's our video we have for today, and thanks for watching.